Hey guys, patch 6.0.1 notes are out during the server maintenance, and as always, I am here to give you a super condensed rundown version of it. So as a heads up, the patch does not include the Savage Raid tier that is scheduled for patch 6.0.5 coming early January, as well as the brand new treasure hunt mask for the Excitatron 6000, which likewise is going to have super exciting items associated with it, likely glamour pieces, housing items. It's probably going to be super expensive. This is definitely the Gil gravy train to be keeping your eyes out for, especially if you aren't into crafting gathering. But that's all for 6.0.5, not 6.0.1. Now into this patch's content, we're going to start off with new Chronicles of a New Era quests being added, with the quests The Crystal from Behind and Where Familiars Dare with their own quest lines. There were a series of adjustments made to the main story quest line called In From the Cold to make it easier for players to complete. Am I the only one that actually kind of enjoyed that? I'm not even joking though, I actually really kind of did. It threw me for a loop if you get what I mean, but we're not going to talk more about that yet. This patch there are going to be new Orchestrion scrolls, minions, achievements, triple triad cards added, and just all of this new, brand new, non-gear related loot, which is pretty standard for a new raid tier if you're new to 14, just because they let you have a lot of loot beyond just gear pieces, just because we have so many players that don't necessarily just care about raiding. Like, we have a lot of crafting enthusiasts, a lot of housing enthusiasts, and so they make sure that everyone really gets something from the normal raids. Undeniably though, these are all tied to the new normal raids coming this patch, which is probably the real big hallmark of this patch. The new raid dungeon Pandaemonium Asphodelos is being added to the game, which I have unapologetically fangirled all across my Twitter, Discord, and in-game about the first, instances, gothic vibes that you can see here. It is just incredible. I love this aesthetic so much, and so I'm actually really hyped. Now, the exact raid mechanics and details with that are being left to the fights themselves, but there are a lot of details about loot that anyone looking to get some of the best in slot for eerily savage progression might want to consider taking very seriously on the screen right now. You can earn one particular piece of these loots from very particular fights of the normal raids. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try and do a video on that. I might try and do that, but I'm just scared to say anything until I've actually verified in-game what the requirements are. But based off of how it's worked in previous tiers, we can assume that each raid that you can get a particular piece of loot that you can then exchange these tokens for particular different pieces of loot. Now let's talk about a big change that has been seen in that experience points to doing 81 to 89 dungeons has been significantly increased according to these notes, which has me personally raising an eyebrow because now I am deathly curious to see what the experience point levels are actually from these dungeons now. Because trust me, when I say I stand behind, like if you have been keeping track of my progress in leveling, which remember, I actually do work a full-time software developer job, I have actually been logging out during the queues, because I'm a coward and I don't want to get my account banned, so I actually do log out. I don't know, maybe I'm being paranoid, y'all will tell me in the comments, I'm sure, but I'd rather just stay safe than sorry. But in spite of the queues and working a full-time job, I have just been burning through the levels in Bozjan Southern Front, and so I am standing behind it, but I am very curious to see with these dungeon changes, what are we looking at, what kind of numbers are we asking about. But either way, with the queues for DPS jobs, I'm pretty confident that it is still optimal for the DPS for at least for levels 80 to around 88, where yeah, around level 88, 89 then to going to 90, yeah, things slow down a ton even in Bozja, but are still optimal because until 90, it is still optimal. Because when I literally just did this 24 hours or so ago, under 48 hours ago, maybe I should say, with the release of this video, but I timed 89 to 90 taking me roughly 40 minutes on Monk, and y'all know me on Monk is a disaster. No Monk Ultimate Guides coming from me anytime soon, but rest assured that I plan to test this like wild as I level my tanks, which convenient, I haven't leveled yet. I left them actually for the last, so you're gonna get that data probably early tomorrow morning, I'm hoping. We'll see if I can fall asleep so that I can wake up for maintenance and pray for me. But anyhow, I've spent too much time on this point. You'll see the video. I'm gonna do a follow-up on that. Now for even more miscellaneous changes, we now have a volume of the sound effect played when successfully completing an action combo has been increased. Wait, the sound effect when completing an action combo has been increased. I might be guilty of not being sure that this was a thing before, but I now need to look into this when the servers come back up for sure, because I am definitely an auditory person, and I'm like, wait, that's a thing? They're going to read me in the comments being like, yeah, of course that's been a thing, and I'm going to be like, oop. The next thing is that Scholars Broil 4 action has had its sound effect adjusted. See, for me, I actually kind of like the Broil 4 action sound effect. I'm genuinely a little scared to hear what the new one is, because sometimes, like, you know that some actions can just be so shrill that it kind of, like, doesn't work, and yeah, I'm scared to hear what the new one is. I don't know, the current Scholars one just sounded powerful to me, but obviously I guess some people must have had an issue with it. I liked it. Oh no. Now, a change that I know is going to be very much wanted by a lot of people is that players can use the character renaming service even when servers are heavily congested. Now, the trick question is, does that impact my own ability to use my Aether Wheel by accessing my free company house? I say that in jest, but sometimes, especially the past few weeks, it has been very difficult, like wickedly difficult, to get into my own FC house so that I can even touch my Aether Wheel. So I hope that is kind of like in there as well, I'm not gonna lie. Now, after scanning through the resolved issue section, I don't see anything that I'd necessarily call earth-shattering on their own, but undeniably these are a lot of very small quality of life changes that just speak to the attention and level of care of the developers, as always. But they do add up. Undeniably, looking at some of these, I can definitely see that, like, death by 1,000 cuts could have been a concern, and so I'm glad to see that they're already on top of it. Now, a lot of people are going to be asking, where are job balance passes? And that's going to be a totally fair question, which is, like, how to say it? There are currently definitely a few problems that have been identified by players, and where some things might be better than others in certain situations, or not that great. Like, I've been hearing a lot about Ninja's level 90 capstone ability with Forked and Fleeting Raiju combo. I think that the developers are likely waiting to at least see how things are going to start to shake out in normal raid scenarios with their numbers that they're going to collect before they go and fully push in one direction or another. Such as people were really memeing on the Scholar, especially Expedient, months ago, and I was like, guys, Expedient is actually probably pretty good, and now people have their hands on it, and the Scholar, obviously, in Extreme Trials, a lot of people agree that they're kind of like on that same train of thought, like, oh wait, Expedient is actually pretty good. Or right now, Dark Knight is actually pretty popular and well received by many tank, and it still trivializes incoming tank busters extremely well to the Blackest Night, especially with the Oblation skill now. So it's likely that the developers are just trying to collect even more data before the Savage patch, where there will likely be a ton of balance updates in that patch. They're just refraining from it right now. Anyhow, that's it for this patch note summary. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, what is the most exciting standout thing for you? I mean, for me, I obviously love this glamour. I think that it is an amazing theme. Like, if you look at it, like, whether it's sheathed or not, like, this is going to be really nice, although unfortunately they did have the disclaimer that this is actually for later patch, which is disappointing, but regardless, I find it amazing to see. But outside of that, specifically for this patch, I am most excited about the renaming of Beet Soup to Wine Dark Soup. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, and take care and have a fantastic patch.